Good evening, yeah. Nilavi.
Hello.
Hello, good afternoon. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, sir. Okay,
Yes, sir.
good. Can you mute your mics, and if you have any question and any comments, then you can write on the chat box.
Okay.
Or otherwise, I'll give you the access, then you can use.
Right.
Ati-
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. Don't use mic, otherwise you disturb to all the people. Okay. Shyam, if you cannot hear, just adjust your uh, audio or restart your re-enter in the class. Can you see the screen? Okay. Okay, let's start the class. Today we learn about the physics, and in the physics there is a in the class 9 there is a chapter motion. Okay, what is the physics? First, to understand the physics, this is the branch of the science. You know that this is a branch of the science. So this is the branch of the science. And the branch of the science is mainly we are study about the physics. Another is the chemistry, and then biology. Okay. For physics, chemistry, I'll teach you. For bio, is the other teacher will teach you. So now we are talking about the physics. So this is a branch of the science concerned with the nature and properties of the matter and energy. Like what we included in the physics, that is the mechanics, heat, light, and other radiations. sound, electricity, magnetism. So mostly in the ninth class, you will read mechanism, light, and sound. Okay, and maybe yes, and mainly the electricity, heat. You will teach in the senior classes. It's a 10th or 11th, and another is the structure of atom is also in the 11th and 12th. So in the physics, in the class ninth, we will read about motion. This is the first chapter. Today we will start this first chapter. And another is the force and law of motions, gravitation, work and energy, and sounds. So there is a total 5 chapters in physics. Okay, so our first chapter is the motion. Now, can you tell me, this is a tree, whether this is in stationary, always in stationary position, or it is in moving position? Always is stationary, but Earth is moving, right? But if our surrounding is only the Earth, we are not seeing from the universe. So, what is the position of this tree or a heart? Is always stationary. Okay. Like if I say it is a bus, on the other hand, bus, animals, cars, buses, trains do not remain stationary all the times. So, bus, trains, these are not always stationary. So, what is the difference between the tree and the buses, train, man? The common characteristics of all the moving body is that change their position with the times. This man if he moves in this direction, maybe he takes 5 minutes, or you can say 5 seconds. So what is the main common characteristics of all the moving bodies is that they change their position with the time. Or we can say that a body is said to be in motion when its position changes continuously with respect to stationary object taken as a reference point. So if here is a tree or house, so these are the stationary position, and that is a from the surrounding. This man is moves with the respect to the stationary object with the time. So this is called motion. Okay. Now, sometimes if some object is moved fairly fast, then its movement can be observed easily. But if a object moves very slowly, then it's become difficult to observe its movement immediately. Can you give me some example that you the thing is moving, object is moving, but it's difficult to observe its movement? A very good example of clock. So in an hour's arm, there is always movement, and minutes always movement. But it's seconds, second arm you can easily see the movement. For the minutes you need some time to observe their movement, and hours you need more time for the movements. So you understand this is the motion. So you can write down these definitions of the motion. A body is said to be in motion when its position changes continuously with respect to a stationary object taken as a reference point. A common characteristic of all the moving body is that they change their position with the time. I've already explained this. If a body moves fairly fast, then its movement can be observed easily. But if a body moves very slowly, then it's become difficult. It's a movement immediately. And for this one example is the watch. Have you noted down this definition of the motion? Okay. Stationary object, which means fixed at a place. No rest This is when we go ahead with these chapters, there is some numericals comes. Then we will when we solve this numerical, then the word comes rest. Okay, rest is the state of the object which object being stationary related to particular frame of reference with another object. When the position of a body with respect to its surrounding does not change with time, it is said to be rest. First, you note down this definition, then I'll explain you the meaning of the rest. Okay. There is another one more term, relative. That you can read in the senior classes, but I'll give you the example of that. If I say this line is in your this line is in left side or right hand side. Okay, now you can see the definition. Write this definition, then okay. You note it down. Okay. Now, if I'm asking this line is in left side or right hand side, what is your answer? No. This is relative to which? If I asked from related to this line, this is your right hand side. If I ask from this is a so this line is left hand side. If related to this is right hand side. If related to this, it is left hand side. Okay. So the same if I'll put only these two lines, then it is a left hand side. If I'll put only these two lines, then it is a right hand side. Okay. So this is called relative, means with respect to other. So here we are not talking about the motion. Here is just I'll explain you the understanding of the meaning of the relative. Now, if suppose this is a train and one person is sitting here and train is moving, I'll see from the inside of the train what is the position of this person, human being. Is a rest? Is a rest. But if another person is outside of the train and if he is watching the train, then he can say that this person is also moving. So in the definition, when we say it's a surrounding, then it is very important role of the surrounding. In the surrounding, there is no change. He is fixed from this distance, from this distance, and from this distance. If we talk about this, and there is a one tree here, or one car, one, you can say, house, one house is there. If we these are the surrounding, then this person is moving with the train. That more in details you can learn in the next senior classes. But you should understand the time taken, what we are talking about this in the change with the time, change with their position with the time and the surroundings. So you should understand, and then when you start the numericals, so you easily you understand whether it's object is moving or is in rest position. Now we talk about the distance. Distance. The distance traveled by a body is equal to the length of the path covered by the moving body, irrespective of the direction in which body travels. Suppose this person is moving like this. This is a 5 meter. Then he moves 3 meter and then moves another 5 meter. So how much distance he had traveled? Right. 5 plus 3 plus 5. So 13 meter. What is this? This is a unit of distance. Okay. Okay. Now, other person moving this, this is 3 meter, this is 2 meter, this is 5 meter, this is 7 meter, this is 4 meter and 3 meter. How much distance he had traveled? 3 plus 2, 5, 7. 7 plus 4 plus 3, 24 meter. I'll give you one more. Give me the answer. Yes, 9 kilometer. So this is unit is very important when we give the answer. If someone will say 9 meter or only nine, then it's a wrong. Okay. When we say 900 meter, even though this answer is correct, but when we talk about in kilometers, everything is in kilometers. The answer should be 9 kilometers. Even we know that 9 kilometer is equal to 9,000 meter. But because there is no point here, everything is in kilometers, so answer should give in kilometers. Okay, good. Now again, can you see this one? Okay. Now you can note down distance. The distance traveled by the body is the actual length of the path covered by a moving body, irrespective of the direction in which the body travel. And distance is a scalar quantity. And scalar means only magnitude. Now I'll explain you. Okay, first you tell me whether you noted down on. I'll explain you what is the scalar and what is the vector. Noted? Okay. First, I'll explain you the displacement, then I'll come back again to the scalar and vectors. Because when you go through the displacement, then easily you can understand. So displacement, when a body moves from one position to another, the shortest distance between the initial position and final position of the body, along with direction, is known as its displacement. Okay. This person goes like this and then this. If we can say this is the north and this south and this is east, this west. So he travel in the east, then south, and then it's a east side. So if a 2 meter, then 3 meter, and then 4 meter. So from the definition of that, from when a body moves from one position to the another, and that is the shortest distance between the initial point position and final position of the body, along with the direction, is non-displacement. Means this is the initial position. So this is the displacement. Okay, and this displacement, there is a direction, because if suppose uh, we can measure from this scale something is x meter he traveled, we have to tell that he is traveling from east towards east and south side. If we change this position from the initial position, okay, if say like this, then it's a northeast. So scalar means what is the meaning of scalar? Is only magnitude. We are not talking about the direction of this person or any object. In vector, we are talking about the magnitude plus direction. So you understand this, the difference between distance traveled and the displacement. Okay. No. Okay. Again, I'll explain you. First, you write down this displacement. When a body moves from one position to another, the shortest distance between the initial position and final position of the body along with direction is known as displacement, and it's a vector quantity. Vector quantity means magnitude as well as direction. Right, if you noted down this definition of the displacement. Okay. I think some of the students could not understand the distance and displacement. I'll explain again. Distance. Distance is total traveled the length. Is this person traveled this way? So 2 meter, 3 meter, 2 meter. So how much the distance he had traveled? 2 plus 3 plus 2. So 7 meter. It is in meter. Okay. So this is called distance. In the distance, we are not talking about the direction. So this is a magnitude, is only the magnitude. We said that he travels 7 meter. Okay. Then we'll give you the recorded version. So then you can see, yeah, just we started the motion and the distance and displacement. Now in the, then if the, what we are saying is the displacement from, we are taking from the initial to the final. Minimum shortest distance. So this, suppose this is a x meter, and then we are saying that this is a towards southeast. So then here is this x meter is a magnitude and southeast is the direction. Direction is very important. In the senior classes, when we read about the vectors, that time it is very important. Okay. So here we are talking about the magnitude and direction. If we are talking about the magnitude and direction, then it's a vector quantity. And this is called displacement. I'll give you the one more example. This person travel 4 meter, 3 meter. Give me the answer. How much distance and displacement. So distance is 4 by 3 meter. This is 7 meter, right? What about the displacement? Yes. What is our initial point? This is the initial and this is the final. So this is the shortest path, and if this is a 90-degree, you can Pythagoras theorem. So A, B, C. So our final is AC square equal to AB square plus BC square. AB square is 16, that is 4 square plus 3 square 19, 9. So total 25. AC is under root 25 is 5 meter. And what is the direction? Northeast. Okay. So the displacement is 5 meter. Now, I'll take one more example. This bus traveled 5 kilometer and this is the final position. Tell me distance and displacement. Okay, Taham, yeah, that is a very good question. If does not have 90-degree, if if it does not have 90-degree, then there is a number of ways to calculate this uh, calculations. Okay, in the higher study, you can teach, you can know the angle and you know the geometry. So how when you put this 5 meter, or sorry, 4 meter and 3 meter, then by the scale you can measure with the angle, with any angle. Okay. Okay. So distance is also 5 kilometer and displacement is also 5 kilometer. Okay. But after some times, this bus is come back on this position, same position. Okay. It start from this and it comes again same. Now you tell me what is the distance and what is the displacement. Distance is 10 kilometer. Good. What about displacement? 0 kilometer. Tell me who can understand this question. Bus goes this east 5 kilometer and then return back on the same position and the displacement is 0 kilometer and distance is 10 kilometer. Because 5 kilometer and then come back on the same position 5 kilometers. So distance is 5 kilometer plus 5 is a 10. What about displacement? No, this is just only there is no, is the same position. Okay, just to show this. That's why I said this is the position. Okay, 5 kilometer return. No went up. Okay, same position. Any doubt? Okay. No, this person, he start from this. Okay, and this circumference, you can say 4 kilometer. Okay, the person start from this and he's joking, is walking on this and he reached on the same position. How much distance he covered? If a circle of this circumference is 4 kilometer, and what is the displacement? Distance is 4 kilometer. And what about the displacement? 0 kilometer. From initial to final position, the what is the shortest is the 0. Okay. No. This is a half circle, suppose. Okay, the person start from here. Thus, and this is a R. Okay. He traveled. He start from here and he reached there. This is a circle. Consider is a circle. Okay. Now you tell me what is the distance and displacement. Kids, tell me. You know the circumference? Circumference of the circle is 2 pi r. If it is a half circle, 2 pi r by 2. So pi r. So this is the distance. Now tell me the displacement in this case. Oh, yes. From initial position to the final position is this is r, this is r. So 2r is the displacement. Okay. So distance traveled by a moving body cannot be zero, but the final displacement of a moving body can be zero. We saw two examples. One is the circle and another is if we travel this way and come back on the same position. So if we travel on the same position and come back on the same position, then displacement is zero. And if the person moves in the circular and reach on the final position and initial position is the same, then is also displacement is zero. So the distance traveled by a moving body cannot be zero, but the final displacement of the body can be zero. Okay. Now we'll do one question. I hope you have a scale and pencil pen, right? So a man travel a distance of 1.5 meter towards east. We know this is a north, this is south, this is a east, this is a west. So a travel distance of 1.5 meter towards east. So you can measure this is a person moves, okay, 1.5 meter towards east. Then he moves 2 meter towards south and finally towards 4.5 meter towards east. Okay, so you can take this is uh, in the question is a meter, you can take as a centimeter, 1.5 centimeter, and then 2 meter, and then 4.5 meter. Okay, what is the total distance traveled? And what is the resultant displacement? This is the initial and this is a final. From the scale, from initial and put on the final position, draw this line and see how much the answer. It should be 6.3 meter. So just check in the, yeah, displacement is 6.3 meter. Okay. And what is the direction? Southeast. Okay. This how 6.3? Just from the scale, you take 1.5 in a centimeter or a inch, whatever you want, and then go 2 meter and then go to 4.5 meter. Draw a line from initial position to the final position and check how much it comes. It comes 6.3 meter. Okay, 6.3, and the unit here we are using meter, that's why we are taking 6.3 meter. Any doubt? we'll go with the one more topic. There is a uniform motion and non-uniform motion today. There is no formula. Formula is you have to check from initial to the final position with the shortest distance. So this is the formula. Okay. No, uniform motion and non-uniform motion. A body has a uniform motion if it travels equal distance in equal interval of time, no matter how small this time interval may be. It is in seconds, in its minute, in an hours, in a day or a year. But travel is a motion in the same, like if we say this is distance in meter and time in minutes. So see this 10 meters in 1 second. So second 20 meters in 2 seconds. So this difference is 10 meter per second. Okay, 10 meter. Again, see, that same in 1 second, how much distance? 10 meter. Okay, another seconds, again 10 meter. In another second, another 10 meter. 10 meter. So a body has a uniform motion if it travels equal distance in equal interval of time, no matter how small this time interval may be. Not in seconds, here it is written in minutes, so every minutes. Okay, 10 meter in 1 minute, 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 10 meter in 1 minute. Of or if it is in seconds, it doesn't matter. Or in days, it doesn't matter. Okay, so just note down the definition. Uniform motion. Have you noted down? Right, noted. Okay, good. Non-uniform motion. A body has a non-uniform motion if travels unequal distance in equal interval of time. Like if you see here, 10 kilometer in 2 seconds. If you see here, sorry, this is this one. This is so maybe it's a 4 meter approximately, and here in another 3 seconds, it's a 10 meter. Okay, in first he traveled 4 kilometer in 2 seconds. 2 seconds. Another 6 kilometer, it is in another 3 seconds. So that means a body has a non-uniform motion if it travels unequal distance in equal interval of time. Okay, this is approximately because 0 to 10, this is a half, consider, okay? So it is less than half, so it maybe is a 4 kilometer, 4. Okay, exam point of view, if like a distance over time, if it is like that, that means is a uniform motion. Okay, if we have a this type, that is a non-uniform motion graph. Okay, this way, this is distance and then time. Okay, okay, so tomorrow we will learn about the speed, velocity, and acceleration. Today we learn about the what is the physics that and what are the chapters in the your ninth class. Then we have gone through it motion. What is the motion? And in the motion is the stationary object and rest. We understand. Then we have gone through the distance and displacement, and then we discuss about uniform motion and the non-uniform motion. Okay. I hope this class will be is helpful to you people. You can give the feedback, and tomorrow we will speak about the speed. Okay. Okay. Thank you.